Good morning students. This is 10th standard biology video class, video 8. In this video, we are going to see the last topic in this lesson, that is types of respiration. Dear students, last video class we have seen what is mitochondria, structure of mitochondria, internal structure of mitochondria, how it is producing ATP in the mitochondria, functions of mitochondria, how photosynthesis occur in the plant parts, two types of photosynthetic reaction, that is yield reaction and Calvin cycle, functions of chloroplast, factors affecting the photosynthetic process, that is internal factor and external factor. Everything we have seen in the previous video class. In this video, we are going to see different types of respiration. Dear students, respiration means taking oxygen and liberate out carbon dioxide. All the living things which are doing the important metabolic activities is the respiration. So this respiration, which is divided into two types. One is aerobic respiration. Another one is the anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means in the presence of oxygen, the respiration is taken place and convert the glucose into ATP, that is energy stored form. That is called aerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration means it is taken place in the absence of oxygen. It is most probably taken place in the lower plants such as bacteria and fungi. So this process is otherwise named as fermentation. So these are all the two processes we are going to see in this video. And also one more topic, what is respiratory quotient? That means how we can able to measure the rate of respiration. That is called respiratory quotient. Dear students, respiration is the process of exchanging gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide. They are taking oxygen and liberate out carbon dioxide, which is taken place between the external environment and the internal organs of the organism. The plant which are absorbing oxygen from the environment, because oxygen is the gaseous form present in the atmosphere at 21%. So this oxygen is taken place by the plant pots through the stomata or minute opening present in the leafy region and liberate out carbon dioxide. Not only that, they are liberating certain amount of water vapor also. So this gaseous exchange is named as external respiration. This external respiration is the physical process which is taken place in the outer environment. But other respiration is also there, that is said to be cellular respiration. It is a biochemical process taken place within the cells where the food is oxidized. Food means that is glucose, which is prepared in the photosynthetic process. That's why I told you both photosynthesis and respirations are interdependable process. So this cellular respiration is otherwise named as biochemical process, where the respiration is occur within the cell and the food is oxidized and release the amount of energy. That is, it produces 2600 kilojoules of energy per one respiratory process. That respiration is called cellular respiration. So these are all the two respiration which are commonly taken place in the living things. One is the external one, another one is the internal or cellular respiration. Now we are going to see the two types of respiration, that is cellular respiration. One is aerobic respiration, which is taken place in the presence of oxygen. The complex food material, that is organic complex food material, which is oxidized into energy with the help of oxygen and liberate carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and release certain amount of water and 2600 kilojoules of energy. So this type of cellular respiration is commonly occur in plants and animals. See the overall reaction C6H12O6, that is the glucose produced in the photosynthetic process, absorbing 6 molecules of oxygen from the atmosphere and release 6 molecules of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere and 6 molecules of water and produce 2600 kilojoules of energy, which is stored in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. That process is called aerobic respiration. Dear students, this and all is a basic thing you already studied in the lower classes. Now we are going to see how respiration is taken place in different stages in the plant pots. Is going to be seen in this video. Dear students, I already showed the diagram, that is cellular respiration. So oxygen which is present in the atmosphere pass through the stomata present in the leafy region and liberate the carbon dioxide to the atmosphere through the same stomata and convert the sugar molecules into energy. So this process is called a cellular respiration, where the sugar molecules the plants are getting means they are getting from the photosynthetic process taken place in the mitochondria. So this type of respiration is called a cellular respiration. Dear students, this is the two process, that is photosynthesis and cellular respiration. This diagram also I already shown in the previous video class. This is the chloroplast, contains green color pigments present in the thylakoids or grana. They are absorbing the light energy and doing the photosynthesis process, liberating oxygen and produce food material in the form of glucose. So this glucose which is stored in the mitochondria get oxidized and liberate carbon dioxide and water and produce the chemical energy stored in the form of ATP. So this carbon dioxide is once again absorbed by the chloroplast during photosynthetic process. So thus photosynthesis and cellular respiration are interdependent reactions. Now we are going to see the stages of aerobic respiration. So it is taken place in 3 stages. One is the glycolysis, another one is the Krebs cycle, the third one is the electron transport chain. First one, glycolysis. So the word glycolysis, which means splitting of glucose. Where the glucose is produced, it is produced in the chloroplast region. This glucose is the 6-carbon compound. It contains 6 carbon molecules. which is break down into 3 carbon molecules. 6 2 carbon molecules are 3 carbon 3 carbon. That is the 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, which is 3 carbon compound. So this reaction is taken place in the cytoplasmic region of the cell. This process is the common for both aerobic as well as the anaerobic respiration. Next one, Krebs cycle. This one occurs in the mitochondrial matrix. What is mitochondrial matrix? The 2 membranes which are enclosed the centermost region of the mitochondria is called mitochondrial matrix. The Krebs cycle is taken place in the mitochondrial matrix only. In the glycolysis process, the end product of the glycolysis is 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, which is 3 carbon compound. This pyruvic acid only enter into the mitochondria for further reaction. That is, oxidation is taken place in the pyruvic acid and produce carbon dioxide and water. So, Krebs cycle is a process for converting 2 molecules of pyruvic acid into carbon dioxide and water. So, this cycle is otherwise named as tricarboxylic acid cycle. That means one Krebs cycle process, that is oxidation of pyruvic acid, they liberate 3 carbon dioxide molecule. 3 stages la 3 carbon dioxide molecules are liberated. That process taken place in the Krebs cycle. So it is named as TCA cycle, or another name is also there, citric acid cycle. So this is the Krebs cycle, is the second stage of aerobic respiration. Dear students, see the diagrammatic representation. This is the aerobic respiration. The structure of cell is given there. The mitochondria and the cytosol means cytoplasmic region. So here the glycolysis which is taken place in the cytoplasmic region. The another one is the citric acid cycle. I told you TCA cycle or citric acid cycle or Calvin cycle, which is taken place. See the diagram of mitochondrial membrane. The another stage of aerobic respiration is oxidative phosphorylation. And the last one is the electron transport and chemiosmosis. This and all 4 stages of aerobic respiration: glycolysis, citric acid cycle, oxidative phosphorylation of pyruvic acid, and electron transport chain. So the overall reaction of aerobic respiration is given in the form of diagrammatic representation. The final product is formation of ATP. Glycolysis also producing ATP, Krebs cycle producing ATP, oxidative phosphorylation and electron transport chain is also producing the ATP. So that's why the mitochondria is named as powerhouse of the cell. All the ATP molecules which are produced in the mitochondrial matrix region, citric acid cycle, electron transport chain is taken place in the inner membrane of the mitochondria. Only one, that is glycolysis, is taken place in the cytoplasm. Whatever may be, all the 4 stages, they are producing the energy storing compound is called ATP. Dear students, see the diagram. This is the glycolysis process which is taken place in the plants. And also TCA cycle is also ending with the process of glycolysis. See, the end product, starting product of the glycolysis is a 6-carbon compound of glucose. Finally, they are producing the end product is called 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, which is entering into the mitochondria. That is, the TCA cycle is taken place, the mitochondrial membrane. The glycolysis is taken place in the cytoplasmic region. Dear students, you are going to the higher classes, you can able to read this topic in a detailed manner. Up to this 10th standard level, you have to see the diagram. That is enough for your clarification. So this is the glycolysis process, diagrammatic representation. Dear students, this is the another process, that is Krebs cycle, which is taken place in the mitochondrial membrane. See the diagram, the arrow mark, white color arrow mark, which are showing 1 molecule of carbon dioxide liberating outside. Another white color arrow mark showing liberating the carbon dioxide. Then the third one, which is taken place in the oxidation of pyruvic acid. So that not given in this diagram. That process is also attached to this Krebs cycle. So 3 carbon dioxide molecules which is liberated in this Krebs cycle process. That's why it is named as TCA cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle. Then see the first one, citrate, they given that one. That is citric acid formation. So it is otherwise named as citric acid cycle. So this is the second process which is taken place in the mitochondrial matrix. Next one is the electron transport chain. Here, the electron carrier complex is taken place in this process. At the time of photosynthetic process, they liberate certain amount of electrons. So these electrons are located in the inner membrane of the mitochondria and transport through the different enzymes. So this reaction is called electron transport chain, occur in the inner membrane of mitochondria. Glycolysis occur in the cytoplasm. Krebs cycle occur in the mitochondrial matrix. Electron transport chain or ETC taken place in the inner membrane of mitochondria. Dear students, in this respiratory process, that is cellular respiratory process, it requires 2 important coenzymes. One is NAD, another one is the FAD. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, FAD, pyridoxine adenine dinucleotide are the 2 coenzymes which is formed in the process called glycolysis, and they are entered into the Krebs cycle, that is mitochondrial matrix. They are get reduced into, that means it liberate the hydrogen outside, NADH2 and FADH2 get reduced into, that is oxidized into NAD and FAD. At the time only they release certain amount of electrons. So these electrons are transported through different electron carriers and the release energy. So this released energy is trapped by adenosine diphosphate, that is ADP, combined with one more inorganic phosphate di, which means 2 phosphate அதில் இருக்கும். அது கூட இன்னொரு phosphate, that is inorganic phosphate add ஆனாதான் it produce the ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. இங்கே 2 phosphate molecule இருக்குன்னா இன்னொன்று ஆட் ஆகிறதால 3 phosphate molecule form ஆகும். So this is the energy storing substance named ATP. So due to the oxidative process only, the ADP, which is converted into ATP, this process is called a oxidative phosphorylation. Phosphorylation means adding of one more phosphate in the adenosine diphosphate molecule by the process is oxidation. So this entire reaction is named as oxidative phosphorylation. Dear students, during this electron transport chain, oxygen combined with hydrogen to release water molecule. Not only that, the oxygen which is released from the reduction of water molecules which is present in the mitochondrial membrane, inner membrane of the mitochondria. So end product of the aerobic respiration, glucose get reduced into carbon dioxide, water, and formation of adenosine triphosphate. Formation of adenosine triphosphate is named as oxidative phosphorylation. Now we are going to see another respiration, that is anaerobic respiration. It's taken place absence of oxygen or without oxygen. This respiration is taken place in the lower plants such as bacteria, fungi. A yeast is the kind of fungi doing the anaerobic respiration. So this respiration is otherwise named as fermentation process. What is fermentation process? You are already studied in lower sections, and also you are going to be studying 10th standard chemistry lesson. So that means glucose, that is the food material, which is converted into ethanol or lactic acid, is called fermentation process. See the bracket. Ethanol fermentation is taken place by yeast. Lactic acid fermentation is taken place by bacteria. That's why I told you lower plants such as bacteria and fungi only doing the anaerobic mode of respiration, that is without oxygen they are doing the respiratory process. See the overall reaction of anaerobic respiration. Glucose, that is C6H12O6, directly converted into 2 molecules of carbon dioxide and produce ethanol, that is 2 carbon compounded, C2H5OH, and also 2 molecules of ethanol is produced and release energy in the form of ATP. So this process is called anaerobic respiration. Dear students, next we are going to see the important 2-mark question and 4-mark question. What is respiratory quotient? That means how we can able to find out the rate of respiration. That process is called respiratory quotient. What is respiratory quotient? Ratio of volume of carbon dioxide released or liberated and the volume of oxygen consumed during respiratory process. That means at the time of respiration, how much amount of carbon dioxide is released outside, that should be calculated in the form of volume. Likewise, how much amount of oxygen is consumed, that also measured in the form of volume. So the ratio between these two processes is called a respiratory quotient. See the formula, respiratory quotient, that means RQ equal to volume of carbon dioxide liberated by volume of oxygen consumed. So this is the important 3-mark question, that is, what is respiratory quotient? It will come for 2 mark, 4 mark, and also it will come for 7 mark also. That means 7 mark it will be divided into 3 options. One of the options is for 2 mark question, that will ask for what is respiratory quotient. So that means volume of carbon dioxide liberated and the volume of oxygen consumed. The ratio between these two in the presence of respiratory process or during respiratory process is called a respiratory quotient. Dear students, see the diagram. This is the electron transport chain. See, NADH2 reduced into NAD in the first one. In second one, FAD is reduced into FADH2 reduced into FAD. Then they are releasing the hydrogen molecules combined with the oxygen to form the water molecules. Finally, they are produced the ATP molecule by the enzyme ATP synthase. See the diagram, the last one, it is the F1 particle. Okay, so this is the inner membrane of the mitochondria where the electron transport chain is taken place. Dear students, I hope understood the electron transport chain is taken place in the inner membrane. Dear students, this is the other diagram which are showing the photosynthetic process which is taken place in the stroma region. So that and all not given in your book, but I want to show the diagram to you how it is taken place in the chloroplast region, that is thylakoid lumen, how photosynthetic process is taken place. This is the reactions which is taken place in the chloroplast, light reaction by absorbing the sunlight. They are producing ATP and NADPH2. Then this ATP and NADPH2 enter into the Calvin cycle. So Calvin cycle is taken place in the stroma region. The light reaction is taken place in the thylakoid membrane. So this is the diagram which are showing the two reactions of photosynthetic process. Dear students, this is the another diagram which are showing the Calvin cycle and also Hill reaction. First one absorbing the light. So this is the light dependent photosynthesis taken place in the thylakoid membrane. Another one, light independent reaction or Calvin cycle taken place in the stroma region of the mitochondria. So these are all the diagrammatic representation showing how photosynthesis is taken place. Dear students, up to this, the plant anatomy and plant physiology lesson is over. I hope have you all understood What is different types of tissue system? Internal structure of root, stem and leaf, that also dicot and monocot. Then plant physiology, structure of chloroplast, types of plastid, functions of chloroplast. Then how photosynthesis is taken place. Then different reaction of photosynthesis process, light reaction or yield reaction, dark reaction or Calvin cycle. Then factors affecting photosynthesis, structure of mitochondria, functions of mitochondria, what is respiration, two types of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration taken place in 3 stages, that is 4 stages: glycolysis, Krebs cycle, oxidative phosphorylation and electron transport chain, and anaerobic respiration. And final topic is respiratory quotient. Dear students, if you are having any doubt, please ask me over phone. The second lesson we will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best, children.